ॐ ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति
ईश्वरो
गुरुरात्मेति
मूर्तिभेदविभागिने
मूर्तिभेदविभागिने
व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय
व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय
दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः।
दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः।
सदाशिवसमारम्भाम्
सदाशिवसमारम्भाम्
शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम्
शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम्
अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम्
अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तम्
वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्।
वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्।
ॐ सहना भवतु।
ॐ सहना भवतु।
सहनौ भुनक्तु।
सहनौ भुनक्तु।
सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै।
सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै।
तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै।
तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै।
ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः।
ॐ शान्ति शान्तिः।
ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयम्।
ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयम्
व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम्।
व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम्।
अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम्
अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवती अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम्
अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम्।
अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम्।
यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतस्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः
यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतस्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः
वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैर्गायन्ति यं सामगाः। ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः।
ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः।
यस्यान्तन्न विदुः सुरासुरगणा देवाय तस्मै नमः।
यस्यान्तन्न विदुः सुरासुरगणा देवाय तस्मै नमः।
सर्वस्वरूपे सर्वेशे सर्वशक्तिसमन्विते
सर्वस्वरूपे सर्वेशे सर्वशक्ति समन्विते
भयेभ्यस्त्राहि नो देवी दुर्गे देवी नमोऽस्तुते
भयेभ्यस्त्राहि नो देवी दुर्गे देवी नमोस्तुते
रोगानशेषानपहंसि तुष्टारुष्टातु कामान् सकलानभीष्टान्
रोगानशेषानपहंसि तुष्टारुष्टातु कामान् सकलानभीष्टान्
त्वामाश्रितानान्न विपन्नराणां त्वामाश्रिता ह्यश्रयतां प्रयान्ति
त्वामाश्रितानां प्रयान्ति
सर्वाबाधा प्रशमनं त्रैलोक्यस्याखिलेश्वरी
सर्वबाधाप्रशमनं त्रैलोक्यस्याखिलेश्वरी
एवमेव त्वया कार्यम् अस्मद्वैरिविनाशनम्
एवमेव तया कार्यम् अस्मद्वैरिविनाशनम्
सर्वस्वरूपे सर्वेशे सर्वशक्तिसमन्विते
सर्वस्वरूपे सर्वेशे सर्वशक्तिसमन्विते
भयेभ्यस्त्राहि नो देवी दुर्गे देवी नमोऽस्तुते
भयेभ्यस्त्राहि नो देवी दुर्गे देवी नमोस्तुते
रोगानशेषानपहंसि तुष्टारुष्टातु कामान् सकलानभीष्टान्
रोगानशेषानपहंसि तुष्टारुष्टातु कामान् सकलानभीष्टान्
त्वामाश्रितान्नान्न विपन्नराणां त्वामाश्रिता ह्यश्रयतां प्रयान्ति
प्रयान्ति
सर्वाबाधा प्रशमनं त्रैलोक्यस्याखिलेश्वरी
सर्वबाधाप्रशमनं त्रैलोक्यस्याखिलेश्वरी
एवमेव त्वया कार्यम् अस्मद्वैरिविनाशनम्
एवमेव तया कार्यम् अस्मद्वैरिविनाशनम्
सर्वस्वरूपे सर्वेशे सर्वशक्तिसमन्विते
सर्वस्वरूपे सर्वेशे
सर्वशक्तिसमन्विते
भयेभ्यस्त्राहि नो देवी दुर्गे देवी नमोऽस्तुते
भयेभ्यस्त्राहि नो देवी दुर्गे देवी नमोस्तुते
रोगानशेषानपहंसि तुष्टारुष्टातु कामान् सकलानभीष्टान्
रोगानशेषानपहंसि तुष्टारुष्टातु कामान् सकलानभीष्टान्
त्वामाश्रितान्नान्न विपन्नराणां त्वामाश्रिता ह्यश्रयतां प्रयान्ति
त्वामाश्रितानां विपन्नराणां त्वामाश्रिताश्रयतां प्रयान्ति
सर्वाबाधा प्रशमनं त्रैलोक्यस्याखिलेश्वरी
सर्वबाधाप्रशमनं
त्रैलोक्याधीश्वरी
एवमेव त्वया कार्यम् अस्मद्वैरिविनाशनम्
एवमेव
एवमेव
त्वया
त्वया
कार्यम्
कार्यम्
अस्मद्वैरिविनाशनम्
अस्मद्वैरिविनाशनम्
सङ्कल्पप्रभवान् कामान्
सङ्कल्पप्रभवान्
सङ्कल्पप्रभवान् कामान्
त्यक्त्वा सर्वान् शेषतः
त्यक्त्वा
सर्वानशेषतः
मनसैवेन्द्रियग्रामम्
मनसैवेन्द्रियग्रामम्
मनसेन्द्रियग्रामम्
विनियम्य समन्ततः
विनियम्य समन्ततः
शनैः शनैः परमेत्
शनैः
शनैरुपरमेत्
बुद्ध्या धृतिगृहीतया
बुद्ध्या
गृहीतया
आत्मसंस्थं मनः कृत्वा
आत्मसंस्थं मनः
आत्मसंस्थमनः
कृत्वा
न किञ्चिदपि चिन्तयेत्
न किञ्चिदपि चिन्तयेत्
यतो यतो निश्चरति
यतो यतो निश्चरति
निश्चरति
मनश्चञ्चलमस्थिरम्
मनश्चञ्चलमस्थिरम्
ततस्ततो नियम्येतत्
ततस्तो नियम्यैतत्
आत्मन्येव वशन्नयेत्
आत्मन्येव वशन्नयेत्
प्रशान्तमनसं ह्येनम्
प्रशान्तमनसं येनम्
योगिनं सुखमुत्तमम्
योगिनं सुखमुत्तमम्
उपैति शान्तरजसम्
उपैति शान्तरजसम्
ब्रह्मभूतमकल्मषम्
ब्रह्मभूतमकल्मषम्
24th and 25th verse, we can say this is a dharana. Last one, even this one is called dhyana, and this is called samadhi, nakinchit, or we can say also dhyanam. We have seen yesterday also the translation of first line. A person should given up totally all desire and object of desire which are born from the thought process, sankalpaha. And after giving up all desire, then through mind, we have to withdraw the group of sense organs plus organs of action in second line. Third line, Bhagavan says that mind, now we have to control shanehi shanehi. Shanehi means slowly, uparamet, that mind will resolve with the help of intellect. And which type of intellect? Which is endowed with perseverance. And now mind is also resolved. All or sense organs and organs of action, they are also under control. Then what to do? Then Bhagavan says, Atma Sanstam Manah Krutva. Then mind should fix in Atma Sanstam. And we were seeing last, what is the Atma Sanstam? Mana Krutva. Sanstam, the meaning is Samstham, the meaning is properly Tishtati. Stham, Gruhastaha, last whenever stha come, it's called always Tishtati, remains. Samstha means properly remain, Atma Sanstham. Our mind should always be resolved. Tishtati means remains in consciousness only. Atma means here consciousness. And we have seen yesterday Atma Sanstam Mana Krutva. But today, when I was thinking more about that, so I was thinking, when we go to sleep, at that time, we totally one with our consciousness. Because we don't know external world, even we don't know what is mind and what is our body also. So in deep sleep, we are totally with consciousness. In Brihadaranyaka also, and even in Mandukya, it says Swayam Apito Bhavati. That person totally resolved it with oneself. When? In deep sleep. When we are dreaming, in dream state, what happened? We know duality, In dream, we know duality, but when wake up, at that time we know, in spite of duality, there is no duality. Only one mind's consciousness has become everything. So even in dream also, we have that knowledge, really speaking. Only this is the projection of our mind in our dream. So if mind becomes everything, at that time also, there is only one consciousness. Now, in waking state, right now, in this Jagrat Avastha, in waking state, in spite of duality, here also there are all plurality. Still, there is a one thing. One is called Atma and another is called plus Nama Rupa. Whole Jagat is nothing but Atma plus name and forms. And these names and forms are not real. They are mithya. They are asat. And what is the truth? So this is the Atma. The truth of the whole world is nothing but consciousness only. In that consciousness, which is available in three states of, all three states means in waking, dreaming and in sleeping, that Atma, we have to keep our mind in this. It's called Atma Sanstam Manakrut. While keep on thinking, we have to think like that. And that Atma, and what is the real nature of this Atma? So is Atma eva idam sarvam. The real nature of Atma is nothing but idam sarvam jagat is nothing but Atma eva. So whole jagat is not separate from me. If we keep on thinking like that, then it's called Atma Sanstham Manakrutva. And here also Shanehi Shanehi. Slowly, slowly, we become one with this thought process. Totally, we resolved in this thought process and need not to think also. Then only it's called Atma Sanstam. Totally, we are one with that Atma. It's called Atma Sanstam Manakrutva. And at that time, what Dhyata, Dhyeya and Dhyana, meditator, object of meditation, and that process become one. There is a nothing, only one consciousness remains. It's called Atma Sanstham Manakrita. But even while doing this, mind may goes out according to its own nature. That's why Bhagavan says, Kinchid api na chintet. Even it goes out, but still we have to bring it back. Na kinchid api chintet. One should not think anything other than this. Even for Atma Sanstham Manakrutva, this Atma Shataka is the best. Because in each and every line, first three line is negation. I am not this, I am not Manobuddhya Chitta Ankar. And only last one is our real Swarupa. Aham Nirvikalpo Nirakara. Before all 5 verses is nothing but negation. In last line is the Atma Sanstham Manakrutva. It is very helpful in this contemplation. And Bhagavan says, Na kinchidapi chintaya. Yesterday we have seen up to, suddenly whole net has gone. So I cannot even connect with you. Now, during this process in meditation, Bhagavan knows also, and we always complain, our mind goes out. Now Bhagavan says in 26th verse, If mind goes out, then what should we do? Same question was asked by Arjuna in this chapter, same chapter. Chanchalam hi mana Krishna pramati balavadrudam. How can I control this? Same way, Chanchalam, Bhagavan says, Yataha yataha manaha nischarati. Yataha yata means yasmat karanat. This is the style. Repetition is the style of Sanskrit language, but still we have to translate only one. Because of we can't say. Yasmat karanat manaha nischarati. Nischarati means goes out, goes away. From where? During meditation. Right now also man was keep on going away only, but at that time of meditation, manaha nischarati, mind is goes out. And Bhagavan has given two adjectives for mind, chanchalam manam, asthiram manam. Chanchalam means restless and asthiram means unsteady. That mind, according to its nature, goes away. Then what to do? Bhagavan says, tataha tataha, yataha yataha, yasmat karana, for same reason, tataha tataha, for that reason only, etat niyamya. Etat means etat manaha niyamya. Niyamya means bring it back. And tataha tataha means having given reason. And then that mind brings back. And again, atmani eva vashannayet. And again we have to fix in Atma only. Is hand over to Atma only means here again Atma means Sachidanand Atma. So if mind goes out without frustration, bring it back. And Atmani eva Vasham Nayet. Really speaking, Vasham we can translate as a control, under control. But how can we control? So make it, we have to make them understand our mind only, then only Vasham Nayet, it will come back. So Nayat means actually lead, but when along with Vasham, meaning is may one bring. Otherwise Vasham and Nayat is totally different. Atmani eva Vasham Nayat. So Anvaya of this verse is Yataha Yataha Yasmat Chanchalam Asthiram Manaha Nishcharati. If mind goes away, tataha tataha. From that reason only, etat manaha niyamya. Bring it back. And atmani eva. In self, with reference to self, eva vasham nayet. May one bring to with reference to atma only. So now first is yat, like shanehi, same way yataha yataha. So yataha means for whatever reason. So in English, Shankaracharya is written yasmat yasmat. Now I think it will come in our end. Yasmat means is a reason. Yasmat karana, because of which reason? Because we are sitting in meditation and some voice comes. Suppose here milkman come. He says, please please take your milk. Immediately having heard the voice of milkman, we start thinking why yesterday he didn't come, what was the reason. Then we start thinking something else. So yasmat, for which reason mind goes out. And why mind goes out? Bhagavan says chanchalam is restless. Shankaracharya is written atyartham chalam. It always keep on moving. So that's why chalati chalati eva. The meaning of chanchalam means chalati chalati, keep on moving. There is a one, you have heard, there is a sthavar jangama. You have heard the jangama. The meaning of jangama is gachati eva jangama. Wo keep on going, gachati. So river is jangama. Trees are sthavara, one who never moves. And jangama is even whole universe. Jagat is jangamam because it keeps on moving. Same is a chanchalam. Keep on chalati chalati. The mind is restless, chalati, and asthira. Being chalati, that's why we say is asthira. And Bhagavan says the nature of mind is to go outside, to wander outside. And particularly when we sit for meditation, and something we hear, any voice, any smell, anything, if we start, then our mind starts thinking on that only. We forget, okay, now we are sitting in meditation. So I just write, if we heard the chirping of the bird, then our mind goes along with that bird. Yesterday, this type of chirp I have heard, but today different type. Which bird would be there? I have not seen that bird. We start thinking on that bird only. So that's why it's yataha karanat, yasmat karanat, mind goes out. So from same reason, we have to bring it back. So so that's why I have written only, because we have 5 sense organ. Each and every sense organ has their own sense object. And whatever something come in across while sitting in meditation, some fragrance, some smell of cooking, something, some voice, immediately mind goes out. It's called yasmat karanat manaha nischarati. It goes out along with that sense object. So nischarati. Even Puja Swamiji has written, generally we know our mind goes out. We always say our mind goes out. But really speaking, mind doesn't go out, because whole Jagat is sitting inside the mind. Even we think our mind is going out. But really speaking, mind doesn't go out, but mind from meditation goes out. So generally we think mind goes out and roaming outside, but really speaking, whole world is in the mind only. And all experience are available in mind only. So mind needs some reason and to start thinking something else. And Shankaracharya ji says, this is a natural trait of mind. That's why Swabhava Doshat, he has written, Shankaracharya, this is the Nischarati meaning is given by Shankaracharya. The Nischarati meaning is Nirgachati, it goes out. Why? Swabhava Doshat, because it's natural trait to going out. And what to do now? Then Bhagavan says, Tataha Tataha. Tataha Tataha means the meaning is Tasmat Tasmat. Yataha Yataha Yasmat. Tasmat for that reason. And which reason? Shabdadehe nimittat. So I have said Shabda Sparsha Rupa Rasagandh. Only 5 sense organs are outside. For that reason, we have to make our mind understand, and then Etad Niyamya. That's why he says Etad Niyamya, bring it back, but not with force, but only to make them understand to our mind. And that's why Shankaracharya ji says, Tat Tat Nimittam Yathatmya Nirupena. We should make that understand. What is the original nature of sense organ? And if you try to understanding to our mind the original nature of sense object, what will the outcome? All are nothing but abhasi kritya. They are just imaginary. They are not true. And when we understood, like we understood the nature of snake, when we are seeing rope instead of rope, if we are seeing snake, then if we have some jnanam, then rope is what? Then snake is abhasi kritya, superimposition, nothing else. And when we understand this is whole jagat is nothing, like we are seeing a snake on rope is abhasi kritya, same way whole jagat is nothing, but we are superimpose whole jagat on Brahman only. Then what will happen? Vairagya bhavanaya. Our mind gets this, and because of this vairagya, naturally mind will come back. So I have written, need not to pull back mind from the object of wandering, but try to analysis that very object. If we have seen, suppose a rose, then we have to find out what is this rose. Does it exist independent from, and like if we see a pot and we can ask, can pot exist without clay? Then answer will be no. Pot cannot exist without clay. Same way, whole Jagat can exist without consciousness. So answer will be, it is next impossible. So, and same way, myself is nature of consciousness, and all objects are dependent on me, and I am the truth of whole Jagat, because I am not separate from all pervasive consciousness. So lastly, we can say, I am the truth of all objects. And when we know the truth of all objects, so naturally we develop disposition towards the object. Like Pujya Swamiji's example was marble. We have naturally disposition. We never have any attachment toward this marble. Same way for whole Jagat. Keeping them understand. To always we have to make understand our mind. Whole Jagat is depend on me. I am not depend on Jagat. Because yes, I think I said whole Jagat is nothing but Atma plus Nama Rupa. Nama Rupa is Mithya, Atma is Satyam. And my real nature is Atma. Nama Rupa is just existent. So it's called Vairagya Bhavanaya. This Vairagya. This is called Vairagya Bhavana. To keep on making understand. This is called bring it back. If mind tatah tatah niyamya. From that reason only, why you need to go out. I am the truth of all Jagat. You need not to go after rose. You need not to go after anything. Because I am the truth of all Jagat. Then one day will come, mind won't go outside. And if mind comes, then Bhagavan says, Atmani eva vasham nayat. And when mind comes out, then what we have to do? Again, Atmani eva. Shankaracharya says, Atma Vashyatam Apadayet. Again, we have to keep them in self only, in consciousness only. Bhagavan says, Evam, in this manner, Yoga Bhyas Balat, because of keep on meditating, keep on repeating this meditation, Yoginah, for this yogi, for this meditator, Atmani Eva Manaha Prashamyati. For this meditator, mind resolves in self only. Vasham, it's called Vasham Nayat. So need not to frustrate on mind, need not to even sometimes people disappointed. My mind is restless, need not to disappointed because mind is always according to its nature goes out. But again, we have to bring it back. So make the mind understand whatever distraction of mind is not away from consciousness. Whatever here is nothing but consciousness. Whole universe is superimposed on this consciousness, and I am that consciousness. More we think like that, and mind won't go out. So this is mere understanding. This is no force. If you say Vashamnayat is not really force, but just by keep on understanding, mind will comes, never goes out. So before we go in next shloka, I have written something. Even Shastra says in our, when knowledge take place, self-knowledge, when it take place, so it says, Shravanam Kale Eva. Knowledge always take place at the time of listening. So actual knowledge takes place at the time of Shravanam. And how can we understand that this is my nature? So I have given one example. We can see our image in the mirror. Same way, Vedantic teaching is a verbal mirror, is a mirror. And if person is a Shuddha Antakaranam, one whose mind is totally pure, in that Shuddha Antakaranam, self-knowledge generate. It just shine in such mind. That's why always Gnanam come at the time of listening. And next question we can ask, what is the benefit of this self-knowledge? Otherwise, why should we go after self-knowledge? Then what is the benefit of self-knowledge? The answer is, mind should be free from all anxiety. Mind should free from all problems. And that is called Shanti. Param Shanti. Param Shanti Mupeti. Bhagavan always says Shanti. So generally that's why we pray for not Jnanam. We always pray for Gnana Phala Siddhyartha. We know, because now we are all Gnani, no? Even we are from, even for, if I take for myself from 2002, I keep on listening or I keep on telling same subject. So in general, we all know what's the message, ultimate message of Vedanta. All we know. So that's why we never pray to Lord to give me jnanam. Jnana siddhyartham aham tvam prarthaye is not like that. I'm praying for you only for jnana siddhyartham, but we are asking Ishvara, we need jnana phala siddhi. We need the result of jnana. And then we ask, what is the result of jnana? So result of jnana is sthita prajna. What is given in sthita prajna? Dukheshu anudvigna manaha, sukheshu vigata spruhaha, vitaraga bhayakrodhaha, sthitadir. All set of verses is nothing but result of jnana. And now we can think we know all knowledge, but still we feel inside that something is still missing in our mind. When we have to face different type of situation in our life, at that time we feel, despite of all knowledge, there is something is missing. And what is that missing? It says only our mind thinking pattern. So it's called habitual thinking. I have heard one example of Paramarthananji. He always say there is a one tank of water and there is a one pipeline. It's coming in our kitchen sink. We know tank is full of water and still water is not coming out of that tap. So always see there is there should be some blockage in that pipeline. That's why water is not coming. Same way in our brain is full of knowledge. Everything is Brahman. But when we have to do some, we have to face some situation, there is some challenging situation come, then this gnanam doesn't come in our vyavahara, transaction. Why? So answer is same, there is some blockage. And what is that blockage? Blockage is nothing but our habitual thinking. And what is our habitual thinking? I am body, I am mind. It is not for this life. We are inheriting of this type of thinking from lives and lives. Many births has gone. And this is new. And this, what we are learning is very brand new, And this thinking pattern is very, 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 very old. So this thinking pattern create emotional problem, mental problem, and this both problem reflect in physical problem. That's why Shankaracharya is written somewhere, Anadi avidya vasanaya. Because of this impression of ignorance is anadi. Anadi means is beginningless, and it always reflecting our habitual personality. So how can we overcome from this habitual thinking, habitual patterns? There is one word in Sanskritam, it's called abhibhava. There is one word. Bhava is actually, we know, is being, to be. But along with prefix abhibhava means to overshadow. So that's why I have given one example. Stars are always in the sky. But can we see all stars in daytime? When tomorrow is no new moon, I think you might have in America, you might have that eclipse, I don't know. But it is new moon, and on new moon day, we can see all the stars. But it doesn't mean their stars are not in the daytime. But they are there, but we are not able to see. What's the reason? It says they are overshadowed by the sun. The light, the brightness of sun is too much, so we cannot able to see all stars. In Sanskrit, it says Tarakani Abhibhutani. This all stars are overshadows by sunlight. Same way we can overshadow our problems. And how can we overshadow our problems? By being a light of knowledge. So this Abhibhava, we can overshadow our problems by meditation. That's why meditation is necessary. Nididhyasanam is necessary only to remove our habitual pattern. It's very difficult to remove our habitual pattern just every day. Not even sitting in meditation, close-eyed, whenever our mind is free, we keep on telling, we can keep on understanding. It's called abhibhava. And I would say, life is unpredictable. We don't know next moment what will. Yesterday on all of a sudden net goes. So life is unpredictable. But with the help of goggles of Vedanta, person can overcome from the choiceless situation. Any situation is not our hand. It's a choiceless situation. We can come over with the help of our Vedanta goggles to keep on thinking. So changing the whole our habitual patterns, only meditation is helpful. That's why we are given to, and whole 6th chapter is given emphasis on meditation, yoga only. That's why it's very helpful. And result of meditation. Truly, if person sits with sincerely, honestly in meditation, then meditation can change the perception and person will get jnana phalam. And what will be the jnana phalam? The whole set of verses plus uttama sukham, because it will come in next verse. That's why I've written. It will come exalted happiness. And somebody may ask, where you have seen such happiness? So we can give the example of nothing but Lord Krishna. Even we have example of Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, even Ramana Maharshi, but I have given here because in Krishna's life, it is not so simple Krishna's life. So in Bhagavatam, it is written in 11th skanda, Dashama skanda, last skanda, 11th skanda, Bhagavan has himself decided, but Bhagavan saw a quarreling of Yadavas. And they all went, destroyed everything. Even Bhagavan has accepted a curse of Gandhari. She cursed, your whole family will go away like this only, like Pandava, Kaurava, Pandava. And Bhagavan has also felt that arrow of that Jara shooter on his foot. But at all time, Krishna was smiling. We never seen Krishna with, long face. Even in whenever. Why Bhagwan can do? Because Bhagwan knows his own nature. Same way we know also our own nature, but still we cannot do because still we are under the habitual patterns influence. And this influence, this habitual pattern will go with the help of meditation, with the help of prayer also. More we, that's why Puja Swamiji says this habitual pattern is because of unconscious, and we can offer our unconscious to Lord only. So whatever we offer to Lord, no, Bhagavan is ready to accept. If we give fruits, Bhagavan is ready to accept. If we give some good naivedya, Bhagavan is ready to accept. Same way we can offer whatever problem, and particularly whatever unconscious is sitting inside, Bhagavan is ready to accept. So meditation, prayers, everything is help to change our habitual pattern. And if it goes, then person feels happiness from inside. That Bhagavan is explaining here. In the 6th chapter, Bhagavan explained meditation and the result of meditation and phalam of meditation. Main sentence is Uttamam Sukham Upeti. Exalted happiness reaches. To whom we can ask? Then Yoginam. Exalted happiness reaches to meditator. But who is that meditator? So Bhagavan says, Prashanta Manasam Yoginam, Shanta Rajasam Yoginam, and Brahma Bhutam Yoginam, Akalmasham Yoginam. These all are adjectives of Yoginam. So this is one by one. This is the one by Karta. Uttamam Sukham Yoginam Upeti. So that's why this Anvaya, Uttamam Sukham, Prashanta Manasam, Shanta Rajasam, Akalmasham, Brahma Bhutam, Enam Yoginam, he Upeti. Here Upeti is, it reaches, this happiness reaches to Yoga. So what is the Uttamam Sukham? Previously we have seen Atyantikam Sukham, before 3 verses. And this is Uttamam Sukham. Sometime Bhagavan explained this is the nature of Atma. All are synonyms. Uttamam Sukham, Atyantikam Sukham, so ultimate happiness. So what is the ultimate happiness? So I have given one example. These cows and other animals, they ruminate food for proper assimilation. First they eat quickly, then again it comes out, it's called ruminate, Same way, this nididhyasana is one type of rumination. So what we have heard, everything, it should come in our mind, and if we keep on thinking on it, it's called nididhyasana. So more and more contemplation is like a ruminating. This happiness cannot compare with worldly joy. Whatever we have this enjoyment with reference to world, with this happiness means Uttamam Sukham, we cannot compare with the worldly object. Because here we are talking about with Uttamam Sukham is, this is the nature of our own Swarupa. This is the real nature of one's own. And whenever Swarupa come, in Taittiriya Upanishad, nature, but in Taittiriya there are 2 types of Lakshana of consciousness. One is called Swarupa Lakshana and another is called Tatastha Lakshana. So what is the meaning of Swarupa Lakshana? It says in Taittiriya Upanishad, Yena yena nishchitam tad rupam na vyabhicharati. One we have defined, this is the nature of salt, this is the nature of fire, then that nature, it never changes. It's called Swarupa Lakshana. Same way, what is the Swarupa Lakshana of myself? This is Satyam Jnanam Anantam. Our real nature is Satyam Jnanam Anantam. And that Satyam Jnanam Anantam is not bound by time. It is not bound by space. It is not bound by anything also. When we know this is my real nature, there is a no parallel happiness than this. That's why Bhagavan says, having known our real Sarupa, that person will receive this Uttamam Sukham reaches to that person. But Shankaracharya ji says, what is the qualification to get this real nature? Person should have some qualification, no? So, who are the qualified for this Uttamam Sukham? Then Bhagavan has more explained in same verse also. Prashanta Manasam, Shanta Rajasam. So, what is the Prashanta Manasam? Is Prashanta Manasam, Shankaracharya is written, Prashantam Manaha Yasya Saha Prashanta Manaha. Is tranquil, resolved mind. For what Shankaracharya is written here, no, it is called Bahuvrihi Samas. Yasya Saha, whenever comes, is called Bahuvrihi. So one whose mind is tranquil, that is called Prashanta Manasam. So Prashanta Manaha Yasya, for whom? Saha Prashanta Manasam. Then it says Shanta Rajasam. This is another qualification of that yogi meditator. Then what is the meaning of Shanta Rajasam? Here the meaning of Rajasam is not Rajoguna, really speaking. In Hindi also, the meaning of Raja is dust. In Gujarati also, we say Raja means dust. Dust means impurity. I don't know what is you tell in Tamil. What? But dust is called Rajaha. So Bhagavan says, Shanta Rajasam. So all dust, all impurities, becomes Shantaha. Means it's gone. It resolves. And Shankaracharya has written beautifully, Prakshina Mohadi Klesha Rajasam. So what is the Rajas? So he says, Mohadi Klesh. Moha means it's not proper discrimination. It's called Moha. And if we cannot take proper decision, then always our mind is full with confusion, which is right, which one is wrong. It is called klesha. And according to Shankaracharya ji, this is moha, the klesh is called rajasam. This is the impurities, this is the dust. But in whose mind it is totally destroyed. Prakshinaha means destroyed. So one in whose mind this all moha is destroyed are called Shanta Rajasa. That's why I've written here, Rajas is called dust. Shankaracharya has written Rajas is dust, and we can say is impurities. And because of this dust is called moha. Shankaracharya has written here, this Rajasam is called moha. And the meaning of moha means we cannot take proper discrimination, we cannot take proper decision. And because of this, we have not proper discrimination, we gives importance to which we should not give. Generally, we always give importance to our own raga dvesha. What we like, we do along for them, and what we don't like, we always avoid. This is called mohaha. And this mohaha consider as a rajas. Shankaracharya ji says, this dust is prakshinaha, is totally destroyed, from whose mind is called Shanta Rajasa. Still, he says akalmasham brahma bhutam is a long description. Brahma bhutam enam yonim upeti. But detail, We will see next week. Any question regarding this?
Swamiji, it's also like dust is called dhuli, right? Like pada dhuli. Like
Dhuli, yeah, that's right. We always
in
say
Tamil,
Rajam. Tamil?
in Tamil we say dusi.
Dhusi. Okay. Almost same. We say Dhula. In Gujarati, we say Dhulam. In Hindi,
Dhulam.
Dhuli. Yeah. Dhusi.
Swamiji, that example of Abhibhava, to overshadow the whatever,
Tarakani.
like the Tarakani.
Abhibhutani, yeah.
The sunlight overshadowing the Tarakani, like that knowledge overshadowing problems. That's a
Exactly.
very, very nice example.
Mm.
Want to keep in
When
mind.
we read, so it's look very easy, no? But when time comes, still we feel difficult.
Yeah.
Again, we forget. The same of habitual pattern. So need not to afraid. If mind goes after, I have written good paper, no, need not to worry. Bring it back. That's why I say tata niyam yeta.
Yeah. So you're telling Swamiji, like when you do Nididhyasanam, you are sending that message deep down to your unconscious mind, right?
Yeah.
Conscious message.
Yeah.
And eventually it starts replacing the habitual thinking.
I think once I have shared, no, we have three minds. Actually, it's mind one, but there are three layers, whatever. One is active, one is subconscious, and another is unconscious. We don't know what is in unconscious. We know what is in active, but it says subconscious is 24 hours keep on acting. While this active mind goes to sleep when we go to sleep. So what we give information to subconscious mind, it always accepts and starts thinking on it. So meditation or nididhyasana is one type of a process in which our active mind goes up to subconscious level. So while thinking, while in meditating, whatever we give suggestion to our mind, it takes by, accepted by, received by subconscious mind. And then if it starts keep on thinking, no, then all habitual pattern will go slowly. This is, I think this for Nididhyasana is helpful. Nowadays they have identified this now as psychiatrists. This all these graphs and everything of subconscious.
Yeah.
Any question? Still no?
Swamiji,
Yes.
can you comment something about the dissociation? What do you mean exactly by dissociation? Dissociation sometimes in psychiatric is a mental problem, but here in Vedanta, I understand this as to make a space between between me and what is happening in front of me.
Yeah.
You are referring to this.
Yes,
You
is
refer
yoga.
Oh, okay. Yes, I'm the Sakshi, and we are seeing.
Yeah.
This is dissociation. This is what you mean by dissociation.
Actually, it's called not dissociation. It's called objectiveness. I am objectively seeing everything. Really speaking, we are not dissociated from everything. And this objectively watching everything.
Okay.
When we see objectively, no, then we never involved.
Okay.
So we can take proper decision. If we are involved, then we cannot take proper because of out of emotion, whatever. But if we are objectively, this karma yoga help us to keep ourselves objective. That's why karma yoga is very much helpful in this journey of spiritual.
It cuts out the emotions that cloud your judgment. Usually it's the emotions that cloud your judgment. So when you cut out the emotions, then you can take objective decisions. Objectively, you can look at a situation and accept it for what it is,
But
and
even, yeah,
do
but
what-
even I don't like to say this cut out, no? Need not to cut our emotion also. Let it pass also.
correct.
Let them pass. If cut, no, still negativeness. Let them pass. If we have anger, need not to cut our emotion. You need not be angry. Let it pass. This is not good. Let it pass. More you pass, no?
Yes.
So objectively, if we're watching everything, then we can allow them pass.
Yeah.
That's why.
Because if you try to say, no, I should not have it. I mean, it's like control, right? It doesn't work with control. It
Yeah.
just works only with letting go.
Let them go.
Yeah.
So really,
But
it
it
is not
takes-
dissociation. Yeah, it is not really dissociation. It says it's totally unattached. It's not dissociation.
Yeah.
Still, our mind, there are emotions, but we are not involved only. We are just objectively seeing everything, watching everything.
Being actively objective.
But Swaminiji, if we allow the anger or whatever kind of emotion to just pass it on without controlling it, where is the end? Because I mean, like it takes so much time to get into shape, right?
It says, let it go, but still it says only you should not let it go, but you have to focus on the moolam of the anger. Why you are getting angry? So it is not immediately. Always we are get angry because of our past pain. It's just building up, and then it goes out. So if we start accepting our past, if we are try to accepting our people also, then our anger will go slowly. And if still we are anger, we can write it down. Even we can give a suggestion. Okay, when anger comes, some words, good words, should be pop up in our mind. And then we are alert now. This anger is coming. It's
like people say, when you get angry, you can drink water and
yeah, it's okay. Yeah, even you can say another person also. Right now, it is not good time for talk. We will talk later because right now I'm not good in shape to talk with you. Whatever you can say. But more when we do more, yeah, more we do like that, no? Then slowly mind will Shanehi. Everything will take Shanehi.
Everything is Shanai.
Because when we suppress the anger, it will come out some other time.
Yeah.
So that's not the correct way to do it.
That's why write it down.
Write it down.
Puja Swamiji, they
Think
say
about-
you just you should go someplace. There is no people is there. You just yelled it out loudly.
Let it out.
Last, everything is
Mataji, can we say Chinta Chita Saman and leave everything to God?
it's very easy to speak, Atre, but when we start to act upon it, it's very difficult,
Practically, it's very difficult.
Puja Swamiji used to also say, you write it down and whatever you want. I mean, you're very angry with somebody, you can say whatever you want and just write it and burn it.
Burn it.
Don't share it or don't keep it.
Even they say this is that boxer, they keep one, I don't know the name of that. They do practicing.
Yes.
That boxer.
Yeah.
There is
Sandbag.
Sandbag. You
punch the sandbag.
Punching bag.
But if you know sandbag, our pillows are there, no?
With your pillow, yeah.
Swamiji, after listening to Vedanta for so long, that kind of, there's no anger like that where you need a pillow to punch or anything like that.
That won't come, never come.
So Shravanam itself, you keep doing it, it's like drilling it into your head.
Yeah.
It just subsides.
Yeah, definitely it subsides. But slowly it go. But it will go definitely.
Very slowly.
It seems you are very openly you get angry. Mataji.
You're asking me?
Mataji,
Yes.
Mataji, my experiences, I've been a boxer, national taekwondo player, and I've had so much pain in my life. My hand was broken. It is now, there's a plate in my hand. But after that, any kind of pain, I don't feel sad, nor I feel any type of happiness. So there comes a point when extreme pain reaches your body and mind, no Mataji. Then furthermore, there's no pain. There's no feeling of pain. There's no feeling of sadness. Sometimes we feel happy if another one cracks a jokes or something. But there's a saturation point, Mataji, where I feel myself that there's a saturation point of pain. That after that you will neither be angry, neither will be sad, Mataji. That is my experience.
What I say, what you have experienced, no, at physical level. But when you have to,
yes, Mataji,
it will come at emotional level, no? It's totally different. This is what you have experienced. This is pain, is out of physical pain. But there are some another pain is from inside. This anger is emotional pain is totally different. This what you said is correct. If you maximum you have suffered from this punch or everything, you may not
yes,
feel,
Mataji.
but something will come from inside, no? Then it's very difficult to handle. That we are talking about that emotional pain, not physical pain. But this is also
yes, Mataji.
anything else? Kestananji, now you have got your answer or not? Is it?
Yes. Okay. Yes. Thank you very much, Swami.
Shall we do Purnamada?
Yes, Swami.
Om
Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namah. Hari Om.
Thank you,
Thank you, Swamini.